Hello everyone, welcome. In this video, we'll be looking at the Inferno ideal starting location. Now, the Inferno, if you remember, has a decent mid-game. They fall off a little bit late game because the Ifrit Sultans and the Archdevils aren't the best statistically. However, they're level 3, 4, and 5. The Hellhounds, Demons, and Pit Fiends are very strong units, so we've got a little more of a mid-game focus here. I'll go ahead and throw down some lava. I'll give player 1 a Inferno Town, and let's go ahead and start placing some resource generation. Now, Inferno's a little bit different because initially, to get all the creatures, wood and ore actually take you a very long way. The Ifrit and the Devils, oh, not sulfur, sawmill, and ore pit. The Ifrit and the Devils require additional resources. I forget if the Pit Fiends do, I just looked this up, but definitely the Ifrit and the Devils require additional resources. However, while it's easy to get the unupgraded version, all of your resource cost comes in upgrading all of these units, and you are going to be very, very starved for mercury and sulfur. Most of the upgrades, especially the Hellhounds, the Pit Lords, the Ifrit, and the Archdevils, all require some combination of sulfur and alchemy. So if you're looking at a bare bones minimum ideal resource generation, wood and ore, mercury and sulfur, and you shouldn't have to do that much hunting. Of course I miss. Okay, so we've got those two. So, in addition to resource generation, we have creature generation. And very similar to the tower, you have a choice with what your focus is. Imps and Gogs are garbage units. They do below average damage. They do just low defense, low health. You really don't want to focus on them. It's a shame that so many random maps have imp caches and Hall of Sins for their main dwellings. You definitely want to get kennels, and you definitely want to get demon gates out there. Hellhounds and demons are probably the strongest level 3-4 pairing, at least unupgraded. Because the demon is a very sturdy unit, and the Hellhound is a very attack-oriented unit, so you can get a nice 1-2 punch in there. So if you're going with an early game focus for your starting area, these would be the buildings that you would see me build. However, if you're going late game, the Ifrit and the Devils would be the stronger way to go, and I sigh because every town would love to have their level 6 and 7 dwelling in their starting area. You can, if you don't want to do level 6 and 7, you can do a 5 and 6 for a late game push. The Pit Fiends are very strong units statistically, however they are expensive, so if you're going to boost production of Pit Fiends, you might want to drop a gold mine kind of close by to help pay for the additional Pit Fiends and Pit Lords every week. So something to keep in mind. As far as stat boosters, the Inferno Town late game, because the Ifrit Sultans and the Devils aren't very strong and the Ifrit rely heavily on their fire shield to do damage, you are going to be more magic focused, so you definitely want to get some spell power out there. The second stat you want to boost is really up to you. I tend to also boost attack just to help my Hellhounds, my Cerberus, my Pit Lords, and my Efreet do some damage. However, if you want to boost and go pure magic and add in some knowledge as well, that works too. So we have creature generation, resource generation, stat boosting, and questing. If you're going to do some early game quests, and you have it in the starting area, the Inferno creature dwellings use a lot of mercury, a lot of mercury. So a reward of mercury for an early game quest is definitely an ideal setup. If you also reward them with creatures, because of how expensive Pit Fiends and Pit Lords are, a Pit Lord reward would definitely save on the cost, and it would give you a very strong unit, and if a unit dies, your Pit Lords can now raise demons. So it's a very strong reward to have early on, either Mercury or Pit Lords. Obviously gold is always welcome. It is expensive to buy out all the Inferno creatures, and experience is welcome so that you can get those high level magic spells cast earlier. However, if I had to choose two rewards, I would go with either Mercury or Pit Lords. I believe that's it. So that concludes the Inferno starting location, the ideal one I would consider. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, or comment, and I will see you in the next video.